can hand fit them so that you don't get Hey guys, Bert with Atlas Tactical. Today we're going to do something a little different. We put up a thing on our Instagram asking if anybody would be interested in doing like a Q&A. Just get to know a little bit more about us and who we are and what we do and stuff if you're newer or, you know, even just wondered. So we got quite a few. We probably won't hit them all, but I have them up here on the screen so I can at least go over them. So yeah, let's get into it. Pearson Tedeschi, I think that's how you say it, asked, how did we get started? We actually started in 2019. I started this with a buddy of mine, Justin. We started out by just doing gun sales. So I went out and I bought a CNC, sat in the corner of my shop for about a year, and I taught myself CAD and CAM and then how to run the machine, and then kind of grew from there. Now we have multiple machines that run pretty much all day, every day. Coatings and stuff. I came from the custom car world, so I was always doing some type of coating, powder coat, Cerakote, ceramic coat. So it kind of transferred directly over to this pretty easily. And yeah, that's kind of just off of those couple services, man. That's where we've grown today. We're growing more, and that's all because, you know, of our customers. So we appreciate that. Is it possible for clients to come up with designs to be cut into slides? Yes. So that's what separates us from a lot of other companies is you can bring us some example photos or some ideas, and we will actually kind of bring that to life. Instead of just offering our style stuff or something like that, we'll take yours, you know, your ideas and your designs and try to make those as close to possible, you know, to what you want. Sometimes people come in and it's just not a realistic design. So, you know, we'll adjust it to make sure that not only one, it looks good, but number two, that it's functional and, you know, that we're not removing too much or anything like that. So short answer, yeah, absolutely. JWC Breen. Do you do any other finishes beyond Cerakote, like bluing your MP3? So in-house, we do Cerakote and bluing. We offer DLC, anodized, nitride, PVD. We have a local company, semi-local company that we work with. That's all that they do. If you know anything about the DLC, PVD, anything like that process, it's extremely expensive to get started, to have the equipment, not to mention the knowledge base behind it. So for that type of stuff, we send it out. They do all that for us. Bunch of different coatings, colors, you know, everything like that. Like I said, from anodized to PVD, DLC, nitride, hard chrome. There might be a few others in there, but those are the 3 or 4 main ones that we use. Can you Cerakote sights? It depends what you're talking about. Most of the time, yes. If you're talking like optics, red dots, LPVOs, scopes, stuff like that, yeah, most of the time we can. We won't do any of the cheaper, the plastic-based stuff just because Cerakote's a 2-part process and it requires baking unless you're doing a super high temperature Cerakote. Those don't fare real well in the oven. So as long as they're a quality optic, then yeah, we'll do it. If you're talking iron sights, yeah, we still do it, but the problem with it is it's a friction fit. Most of the time it's a friction fit into the slides. It doesn't always work like you think it would. We actually just did a 1911 where he fitted his own front sight. It was raw metal. We had to clean it up a little bit and we Cerakoted it, but really the only spots that are going to be there are the parts that aren't friction fit. So all the dovetail areas, once you push it in, it's going to push all the Cerakote off essentially, but yes and no. So it's kind of a by case situation. Chapo 66. Any plans to get Sezzle back as a payment option? Dude, we had Sezzle for a long time. I don't remember what it was. Ashley kind of deals with that side of the stuff, but they had an issue with something. I don't remember what the issue was, so I don't want to lie, but I know there was some type of issue where they canceled our Sezzle. I'm not sure why. We fought for a long time to get it back. It's like talking to walls trying to get a hold of somebody at those type of companies. So yeah, currently right now we don't have Sezzle. We had it for a long time, and we'd love to get it back, but unfortunately we just can't seem to get an answer from them. So okay, next question. Sean Bernstein 0326. Provide 3 bulletin points on what should separate a $2,000 2011 from a $6,000 2011. Remember, these are questions asked for our opinions and our input. So take it for what it's worth. Don't flame me because I have a different opinion than you. We're allowed to, okay? So first off, actually, Sean, my good buddy Sean, is with IDG, a regular design group. They produced the new Hezekiah 556 suppressor, 223. Check these things out, man. These things are awesome. They are really one of my favorite suppressors. And I'm not saying it because it's Sean. I run one on my night vision gun. I run one on my home defense gun. It's literally the only can I take to the range nowadays, and I have a bunch. It's just so pleasant to shoot in every aspect. Sound, tone, decibels, gas blowback, like they're nice, man. Check them out, seriously. Anyway, what separates a $2,000 2011 from a $6,000 2011? Again, These are opinions. For me, each bulletin point that he's asking for, it's multifaceted, right? First and foremost, for me, polymer grip. It immediately says $2,000 or under gun. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's wrong, not saying it's garbage. It doesn't say high end in any fashion. To me, a polymer grip just fits that sub $2,000 category. Again, opinion. The next thing, fitment and coating. The fitment on Prodigies is actually kind of decent for what it is. It's much better than like the Mac. The Mac is just, please don't. The Prodigy is actually really good overall. The downside is there's no other coating, right? It's just Cerakote. To only offer that in Cerakote, it kind of brings the price down. Back to fitment, I mean, super tight fitment. Literally rides on rails, right? The barrel lockup, really, really nice. Like how the safeties engage, is there too much slide movement ahead of time or, with the safety engaged? Just everything like that. There's a reason, $1,300. I don't have any of the other ones here in front of me right now, so we're going to stick kind of with the $4,000 and under price range. But the last thing is going to be, for me, company support. Warranty, lead time, turnaround time, communication, offerings, everything like that. I would say overall, most of the companies are pretty good about it these days, right? You can get a staccato in typically like 30 days and under from order. That's awesome. Like that's a pretty good turnaround. MPA, that's a drawback with MPA for me. I ordered it in December of last year and I'm still waiting on guns. Kind of hurts. But on the other hand, my open gun, I cracked the frame on it, which is kind of common for open guns. I called them, not even a question. They replaced everything. They replaced the frame, the barrel, the comp, the magwell, all because I just had an issue with the frame. They wanted the gun to be legit going back out. So I kind of give and take with those type of things. Yeah, sure, their lead times are a little more difficult, but I know they're going to stand behind this gun from personal experience without question, man. And to me, that's the big thing. If I have an issue or I have a question, the fastest way to make me come back and buy another gun is to answer me. That's where you keep somebody like me. If I'm going to spend $4,000 on a gun, I want you to make sure I'm taken care of. Yeah, I would say that that's kind of what differentiates, right? I think there's a lot that kind of falls into that question, and I think a lot of it is personal. I think it's a personal preference thing, what you like. I just saw PewView's 2011 review, and all he did was shit on MPA and Atlas, saying they're overpriced and they're overhyped, and dude, that's cool. Like, that's his opinion, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, again, don't take anything I say or my opinions as I'm talking shit, or I own a ton of 2011s. I shoot a ton of 2011s. I like all of them for what they are, but I'm also realistic with myself on what I feel is worth what. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, take anything I say with a grain of salt, because I think a lot of that is personal preference and subjective to what you like. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Jay Lockwood, can you do a video about how much recoil is reduced by your porting? Like the 3 versus the 4 versus the 5 versus the 6. Yeah, I think we have some on our YouTube of some comparisons between like not ported and ported. We don't do volumetric flow here. It's just not a thing for us. So we can't put a definitive percentage on how much is reduced and how much, volumetric flow each port has or all the ports have. It's just not what we do. But I will say, the general consensus from customers on our ports is anywhere from, 20 to 35% recoil reduction. Some of them get a little higher, if you're doing the Sumerian on a long gun with competition ammo, you can cut even more down. But yeah, maybe we'll try and do, since competition season's pretty much over for me, maybe we'll try to put together, a compact, do some of the main ports that we do side by side. So good question. Who is the really cute girl who runs the counter, answers the phone, and does all the real work? That's from Pope Tuna. So first off, I'm Pope Tuna. Second off, that's my wife, Ashley. She's awesome. She really keeps the place going. She does a lot here. So if you ever call in or email, you're talking to Ashley for sure. I can barely read and write, so she's definitely doing all the emails and stuff like that. And if you call in, I'm typically on the CNC or something like that, so she's answering the phones. But yeah, if you ever see her, that's Ash. She's awesome. Make sure you say hi and tell her how good of a job she does. So JJ Councilman, will you guys have bolt carrier coatings coming soon? I'm not sure what you mean. So we offer coatings now. If you're talking about a specific coating to bolt carriers, it's not the big realm of the world that we're in. We don't focus on bolt guns. I thread a lot of barrels for bolt guns, and we'll do a lot of the action and head spacing on bolt guns, but I don't know if there's like a specific coating you're talking about for like bolt carriers, but we definitely already offer DLC, nitride, and it's called like micro slick, I think, or something like that. Those are already offered through us. Again, it's a sent out process. We don't do it here, but yeah, we already offer that type of stuff right now. So, all right, Mr. Pewfessional. What's your favorite daily carry? I pretty much only carry a C2. A C2 I showed just a little bit ago. I carry a C2 with an MPA grip. Again, I just prefer a metal grip. I think it just makes the gun feel better. So I run a C2 with our V-port MPA grip. I had an extra staccato magwell, so I just threw that on, but I also haven't finished this gun. So this is what I carry pretty much every day. The 4 1/4 2.0 full size is what I carried for years, and I still carry it. I used to change what I carried, right, a lot based on what I was wearing. If I was wearing lighter clothes, I'd grab like the 43X or something like that. If I was dressed kind of like this, I'd carry a full size, whatever. Nowadays, I carry the Everly stock. I don't remember what it's called. I call it a fanny, right? It doesn't matter what I carry with this thing. I throw it on. It doesn't weigh me down. It doesn't pull, on my belt or anything like that. This thing's awesome. It is, a little bit different trying to get to the gun, but in the holster with the retention strap, a little bit of training is fine. But I really like these things. You guys should check these out if you haven't. Some guys like them, some don't. That's cool. I tend to love it. I've only been carrying it a couple months now, but it's really nice. Like this one, I got my wallet, anything else that I need in here. I carry my car keys or my truck keys in the front here. So it for me, it's really convenient. I lose my wallet like it's my job. With this, I tend not to. So even my wife, she now carries one. She used to carry a belly band style. She switched to an Everly stock as well. She also really likes it. So if you haven't seen them, check them out because it made me able to carry a more full-size gun regularly without any issue. No print issue, no pulling on my belt, I can wear that the whole time that I'm in the truck or in the car. So yeah, 2.0 4 1/4 full size and the C2 are pretty much my main carries. Ash carries the CS in the Everly stock with a 509T on it. I run RMR on my C2 and an SRO on my 2.0. She runs the 509T on the staccato, and then she carries a 43X as well with the EPS carry on it. Both of hers are comp ported. My 2.0 has a Sinister 7 and my C2 has a V6. So that pretty much wraps up most of the questions. I didn't get to all of them, but the video is going to be ridiculously long if we do too many more. But yeah, thank you guys for all the questions. It was super fun. It kind of threw the idea to us because I did a podcast on Wednesday with Manny, Alex Mansfield on Manny Talks Shooting. Check it out. He covers all kinds of things in the shooting sports, in the shooting world. I was super humbled and excited to do the podcast with him on Wednesday. So it's a little bit new for us. If you liked it, let us know. If you hated it, also let us know. If you want more stuff like this, send in the questions, or ideas for videos, whatever. Shooting season is pretty much over. I have one this weekend. Otherwise, my season's kind of wrapped up. So we're going to be looking for video ideas and what you guys actually want to see throughout the winter, right up until, next year's season, which next year's season is super exciting because we have a surprise.